Children, today we are going to learn about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, carbohydrates means the molecules which provide energy. Mm, they are also known as saccharides. Saccharides derived from the Greek word saccharon, which means sugar. So many of them are sweet. So they are also considered as the general formula for carbohydrates is CnH2O n times. So this carbon is called as hydrated carbon or watered carbon. So chemically carbohydrates are defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, means carbohydrates both having aldehyde group or a keto group. So best examples: glucose means monosaccharide, sucrose, it is a disaccharide, starch, it is a polysaccharide. So how the carbohydrates are synthesized? They are synthesized by green leaves during photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight, that is carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight, giving sugar C6H12O6 and oxygen is released 6CO2 plus 6H2O giving 6O2. So almost now we are going to learn about configuration of carbohydrates. What is meant by configuration? Configuration means spatial arrangement of bonds and atoms. That is called configuration. So almost all carbohydrates are optically active. What is meant by optically active? Optically active means ordinary light can vibrate in all directions. Such an ordinary light, when passed through a nickel prism, the emergent light found to vibrate in only one direction. This light is called plane polarized light. Plane polarized light. This plane polarized light, when passed through an organic compound, the organic compound rotates this light either to the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. When it rotates to the clockwise direction, that is called dextro. Dextro means small d or plus, should be written in brackets. Anti-clockwise, that is called levo, written as small l or minus within the bracket. This is the notation for D and L. You should not write small d as capital D here. Small d and small l. Dextro, levo, clockwise, anti-clockwise. So all the carbohydrates are optically active. So they have one or more chiral carbon. Chiral carbon means one carbon bonded to 4 different groups. So a formula used 2 power n. N represents the number of chiral carbon. If there is 1 carbon, 2 isomers are possible. If there are 2 power 2, 4 isomers are possible. If there are 3 chiral carbon, 8 isomers are possible. Such a way. So one notation we have learnt: small d, small l, plus minus. Plus minus should be written within the bracket. Now next, according to Fischer projection formula, take Fischer projection formula. Fischer devised a projection formula to relate the structure of a carbohydrate. So as a standard, glyceraldehyde is taken, CHO aldehyde group, alcoholic group H, OH. While writing the Fischer projection formula, carbon in the middle is implicity. Implicity means no need of writing carbon in the middle. just a cross like linings you can draw, but we should know carbon is kept in the middle. See, this carbon is bonded to 4 different groups, so this is the chiral carbon. If this is taken standard compound or reference compound, here if OH is placed on the right side, it is called capital D. Capital D glyceraldehyde. You should not exchange small d and capital D. Small d meant for rotating the plane polarized light towards right. Capital D means OH placed on the right. If we keep the mirror like this, what will be getting? CHO, OH, H, CH2, OH. OH kept in the middle. That is called capital L glyceraldehyde. DL. This is due to Fischer projection formula. So next, one more compound we can learn, erythrose. Here only one chiral carbon. So 2 power 1, formula 2 power n. Here only one chiral carbon, 2 power 1 is equal to 2 isomer. That is D and L. 2 isomers possible. Next, in your book some examples given, I'll show. See here, this is erythrose having 2 chiral carbon. Both the OH is on the right side, that's called D-erythrose. If both the OH on the left, it is called L-erythrose. Similarly, ribose, D-ribose. Ribose means 3 OH kept on the right side. L-ribose on the left side. Glucose, except the third carbon, all the OH on the right side. D-glucose, here L-glucose, all the OH on the left side except the third carbon. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 asymmetric carbon. So 16 isomers are possible. 2 power 4 is equal to 16. Here 3 chiral carbon. 2 power 3, 8 isomers are possible. Here 2 power 2. So 4 isomers are possible. So based upon this, carbohydrates classified into 3 major groups. Number 1, monosaccharides. Number 2, oligosaccharides. Number 3, polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides. Monosaccharides means simple sugars that cannot be hydrolyzed further into simple sugars. They have the general formula CnH2n into H2O into N. Some common examples: glucose, fructose, ribose, erythrose. Monosaccharides further classified based upon the functional group, that is aldoses, ketoses. Aldoses means having aldehyde group. Ketoses having keto group. So based upon the number of carbon atom present in the chain, if there are 3 carbon atom means trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, etc. If the carbonyl group is an aldehyde, the sugar is aldose. If the carbonyl group is ketone, it is called ketose. Aldose, ketose. The most common monosaccharide have 3 to 8 carbon atoms. So in your book, it is a tabular column given. See, functional group aldehyde, ketone. 3 aldehyde means aldo, triose. Tri means 3. Aldo having an aldehyde group. Similarly, ketose, keto, triose. 4 aldehyde group means aldo, tetrose, keto, tetrose. 5 means aldo, pendose, keto, pendose. 6 aldo, hexose, keto, hexose. Each one example. Triose means glyceraldehyde and acetone. erythros, erythrolyse, ribose, ribulose, glucose, fructose. This you can go through, children. Oligosaccharides and polysaccharides you can learn afterwards. Only monosaccharides given here. All the lines are very important in a book. Each and every line should be marked and it should be learnt.